According to a leaked benchmark, AMD's Radeon RX 6800S is slower than the RX 6800M, but I still recommend going with the 6800S. There are a couple of reasons for why I'm doing so. Also, I have to discuss about the major issues going on with the Intel Arc graphics cards. We will talk about that later, so stay till the end and subscribe for more videos like this. Last month, AMD introduced more graphics cards in the RDNA 2 based RX 6000 series that included both desktop and laptop GPUs. Among them are Radeon RX 6000M and RX 6000 series GPUs that are made exclusively for gaming notebooks. If you are confused between the two, then let me just clear your confusion. The RX 6000M GPUs are designed for standard gaming laptops, but the RX 6000S series GPUs are made for slimmer and power-optimized laptops. This naturally means that the RX 6000M GPUs are going to be faster in gaming. But exactly how much faster? A recent leak on Geekbench showed that an Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 gaming laptop was benchmarked. It was using the latest Ryzen 9 6900HS CPU and the RX 6800S. I also have some benchmark leaks on the CPU and where it stands, but before that let's get back to the GPU. The RX 6800S scored 82,734 points in Geekbench 5. On the other hand, the RX 6800M scores 93,373 points. So the 6800S is around 11% slower than the 6800M. Now here comes the real part. When we compare the specs of these GPUs, the 6800X looks much weaker than the 6800M. It has significant amount of less stream processors, game frequency, VRAM, memory bandwidth and more. Not only that, but when it is compared with the RX 6700M, it is still inferior in specs than the latter. So theoretically the 6700M should beat the 6800S. However, in the benchmark we can clearly see that the 6800S beats the 6700M by 2 to 3% margin. More so ever with much lower power consumption. The RX 6800S is rated at a TGP of up to 100 watts, but the 6700M consumes around 135 watts, followed by the 6800M which can go beyond 145 watts. This means the 6800S gives around 90% performance of the 6800M with 2/3 of its TGP. This means you can get longer battery life, better cooling and therefore more stable performance with longer gaming sessions. Now, this is especially useful for laptops more than the desktops, as generally gaming laptops perform better when they are actively charging. Good thing is that we have even better story when we consider the Ryzen 6000 series mobile CPUs. According to a different leak, the Ryzen 6900HS performs almost similar to the HX version, but by being more power efficient. The 6900HS scored 1571 points in single core test and 9751 points in multi-score test in Puget benchmark. It is only 3 to 4% slower than the 6900HX, which makes the HS as good as the HX on a low power. The Ryzen 6900HS is rated at 35 watts of TDP, while the HX version is rated at 45 watts. Yes, these numbers don't translate exactly as they're mentioned, but they are still a good indication from where you can get an estimate of how much power your system will consume. Now, as we are approaching the second half in a couple of months, we are getting close to the official launch of Ryzen 7000 series CPUs as well as the Radeon RX 7000 series GPUs. Nvidia is also set to launch the Ampere GPUs in September as per the leaks, but Intel is not looking well on this. Red Gaming Tech got some latest info on the Arc GPUs, where it says that the Arc GPUs are getting further delayed. Initially, they were planned to launch in the first quarter, and Intel was supposedly the first company to use the TSMC 6nm process node. However, with their launch delay, AMD took the advantage and launched the RX 6500 XT made on 6nm. This made Intel's GPU launch useless after that. But the bad news is that Intel has further delayed its GPU launch to the third quarter. As per the sources, there are issues with the Arc GPU's hardware and software. RGT reported that the issues are 80% related to the hardware and 20% to the software. So at that time, I thought it is going in a very wrong direction. But soon RGT posted on Twitter that it was a typo in the original slide and that the 80% issues are due to the software. I hope Intel gets it fixed faster, but regardless of that, the Ampere GPUs and the RDNA 3 based AMD graphics cards are going to push the Intel Arc GPUs further back. because they are going to use better process nodes and superior technologies. This will also make the Ampere GPUs cheaper, and when Ethereum goes on proof of stake, people are more likely going to buy the used GPUs from the market instead of buying newer Intel GPUs, unless the latter are cheaper and provide better value for the money. Let's wait for some more updates from Intel on that. Till then, subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any updates on this. Also share this video with your friends who are as enthusiastic as you are, and I will see you next time.